Hello, Dajahao. Hola a todos. I am Monica. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I will share you some AI tools. Please subscribe me if you like it. Okay, let's get started now.
In a world where words fail, music speaks. And today, I'll let my lips do the talking. Every beat, every word, every moment. This is my story. Can you feel it? They said I couldn't do it.
This model is wild. Now, the latest AI audio lip-syncing framework is called LatentSync. It's coming from ByteDance, and it's using the whispered tiny models to create the mouth animations. As you can see, this framework diagram shows the masked areas only focusing on the lip-syncing, where it just animates the mouth movement of the character. It uses a whisper encoder-decoder to animate the movement that's synchronized with the audio itself. So, here are some examples. If you scroll down on this GitHub project page, their open source plan has already released all the code and checkpoint models, as well as the data processing pipeline. And here are some other examples that I did using previous AI videos that I generated in Clean AI, where the models are for trying on outfits.
And today, I'll let my lips do the talking. Every beat, every word, every moment. This is my story. Can you feel it? They said I couldn't do it. But here I am, proving them wrong. This is my moment, and I'm owning it.
I animated this pretty smoothly. I didn't do any refiner. So how do I do that? It's using the ComfyUI LatentSync wrapper. This is just newly released, like 13 hours ago. I'm not sure if this is legit or any safe custom node yet, but I'm able to make it work on my local machine, and there's no problem at all at this moment. So by the way, this framework is pretty easy to use in the ComfyUI workflow. Basically, you can install it in the ComfyUI manager, where you click install, or you can go through the steps on the GitHub page using ComfyUI in Python 3.8 to 3.11 versions, because 3.12 or above doesn't support the MediaPipe framework for animations and face detection. And FFmpeg has to be installed, of course. Then if you scroll down here, we start to clone the GitHub project page, the project itself, and then do the pip install for the required dependencies. So, all the required dependency lists in here are very clear, very laser focused on which things you need and are required to run these custom nodes. For the model setup part, we're going to download 2 files from the Hugging Face model page. First of all, we can download them automatically from the custom nodes the first time it runs, or you can manually download them on the Hugging Face page, where you go to the LatentSync model weights page, then download the files of the LatentSync UNet and the Whisper Tiny model files. It's not saved in the model checkpoint subfolder. This author designed it to save in the custom nodes LatentSync subfolder and the checkpoint folder inside of that. So, on the LatentSync Hugging Face page, you're going to scroll to the LatentSync file versions and download the LatentSync UNet and the LatentSync files for that. And also go inside the Whisper subfolder. You can see that the subfolder has the custom AI models for that. And once you finish downloading that, you can get started with the installation of the required dependencies. So right here I've got my screen recording of how I do the required dependencies. You go to the subfolder of the custom nodes, and then right here you type pip install requirements.txt. Now for some people who are using the ComfyUI portable versions for Windows, you're going to type it differently. If you scroll down here, you can see I have the MediaPipe framework downloaded. This is for the face detection. It's open source, so it's allowed to use for everyone. So this model or AI framework for lip syncing is safe. It's not using the Insight Face framework for face detection. So here, I'll start my ComfyUI. I go to the main.py file, and then it kickstarts my ComfyUI here. So once you go to ComfyUI, you go to this menu, right-click your mouse, you have your menu here, and you see the LatentSync nodes. Now this one is for outputting the result, and you have the video length adjuster. These are the input nodes for image and audio for images. That means this is from the video's input video frames. So, frame by frame, it will analyze how the audio is synchronized on each frame, and it will adjust your character's lip movement, how it's going to animate at that specific moment, synchronize with the audio. So, in order to do that, we're going to connect the load video node and connect the image output point. And then we have the load audio that's coming by default in ComfyUI. You can just search for this, and then the output images are going to go to the video combined, where we're going to save the format into MP4. Also, I don't need to save all the metadata and output files because it's just for testing. And here I have the demo video of the woman sitting on the beach. Let's try something easy first. So for the first example here, I'm going to use this very slow motion where the head is turning. Even when the head is turning and moving, it's able to create the lip syncing animations. But before that, make sure you have downloaded the model files. And once again, you go to the custom nodes subfolder. You click into the checkpoint folder, and you've got to download this latent UNet, create a subfolder called Whisper, and download the Whisper tiny models. So once you have those two files, just run the ComfyUI workflow. The first time it runs, it will start to download the other minor libraries and minor model files, which are compulsory. So let it do its job, and then wait for a while. It will start running like this. In the command prompt window, you will see it display how many frames it's animating for the face transforming and how many samplings for the frames it's doing in this process. So here's a 1-second animation for the example. As you can see, let's bring up the two videos, input and output. Here you see this is pretty nice. The mouth movement of the woman, nothing is moving from the input, and we get the mouth talking in the output video. The smoothness of that looks okay. It can't be perfect, but at least this is, so far, the smoothest motion for mouth lip syncing that I've seen in open source. So, coming back here, let's make it a little bit longer video length. I set it to 150. So, in the command prompt window, we see the 150 frames animated. And here's the output of that. As you can see, this lip syncing is pretty nice. Even if I zoom into the video output here, we don't have any flickering on the mouth and face area where it's actually stitching to the heart of the mouth and masking it, right? Which is scary. Pretty nice in this AI framework. So let's try another example here where I have a longer length video where we can do animations for about 22 seconds. That will be better. I can just run this 22-second audio with just one generation in ComfyUI without a problem. So this AI framework is going to require about 6 gigabytes of RAM to run this. So it's pretty low, or I can say it's pretty convenient for everyone. Even 8 gigabytes of VRAM, a low-end GPU, is able to run this. So this is how we can operate that. Of course, we can change some other audios for a longer length. For example, I have this previous showing in the intro of this tutorial where I have some other Clean AI animated videos and put those characters into one combination of videos and then do lip syncing with my audio files where, again, you can use different input videos as your source videos for lip syncing.
That's all for today's video. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Nos vemos la próxima vez.